What's going on, guys? Group 3 here. Today, we'll be taking a look at the game Don't Starve. Don't Starve is a game that follows one of many characters as they are taken from their world by the half-demon Maxwell and thrown into a world he created, known as the Constant. The Constant features several unique biomes and seasons that you as a player must travel through in order to find Maxwell's door. Entering said door activates Adventure Mode. Adventure Mode puts your character through several unique planes of the Constant, searching for 4 things in each. The meadow potato thing, the ring thing, the box thing, and the crank. These 4 things, combined at the wooden thing, opens a portal to the next plane. After surviving all 5 planes, you finally encounter Maxwell. After hearing his sad story, you can choose to either kill him or spare his life and become the new Maxwell. Now let's send it over to Brandon, who'll be talking about some characters.
Wilson is the first character you can play as. He is the gentleman scientist, and he has basic stats. And he grows a pretty decent beard. The next unlockable character is Willow, the fire starter. You unlock her after 8 total in-game survived. She's immune to fire damage and spawns with a lighter, which she can light fires around her when her sanity is low. Wolfgang is the second unlockable character, reached 816 total in-game days. He grows stronger the higher his hunger stat is, and is afraid of monsters and the dark, and loses twice the normal sanity per second when around monsters, nighttime, and creatures, and in the dark. Wendy is the third unlockable character. You unlock her after 32 in-game days survived. Wendy spawns in with a flower that, when enough creatures are killed, turns into the ghost of her twin sister Abigail. You lose half the normal sanity with her when in the dark. Physical damages against enemies do less damage than base, but Abigail's attacks do double the damage. The fourth unlockable character is WX78, the Soulless Automaton. Unlockable after 48 in-game days, and WX can eat any food item with no health penalties, and is charged by being struck by lightning, but damaged by being in the rain. And you can upgrade all stats by eating gears. The fifth unlockable character is Wickerbottom, the Librarian. You unlock Wickerbottom after 64 in-game total days survived. Wickerbottom knows the crafting recipes to many mid-level craftables without needing a blueprint or science machine, and has unique books that affect the world around her. Wickerbottom is unable to sleep, and gains no bonuses when eating spoiled or rotten food items. Woody, the Lumberjack, is the sixth unlockable character, reached after 80 total in-game days survived. Spawns with a talking unbreakable axe and is Canadian. Woody can turn into a werebeaver during the full moon. And the final unlockable character is Maxwell. You unlock Maxwell by completing the game. Maxwell spawns with a sanity-draining but extremely powerful dark sword. And Maxwell can create clones of himself to do works like chopping trees, mining rocks, and fighting.
The language in the game is represented by text above the character's head and musical instruments as voices. The characters speak when they examine something, attack a mob, or when they are attacked by Charlie. They usually give basic observation and snark remarks about the world around them. Each character's voice is represented by a different instrument. Wilson's is a harmonica muted trumpet, Willow's is a flute, Wolfgang's is a tuba, Wendy's is a altoid flute, but in a lower pitch. WX-78 is synth. Wickerbottom's is a oboe. Woody's is a cello. Maxwell's is a pump organ. Also, some mobs talk by having dialogue appear above their head with the respective noise of that creature, not an instrument.
The gameplay is very unique in its own way, and like many other games, the keyboard usage in Don't Starve is limited to none. The most unique thing in Don't Starve is clicking areas and objects that are actually in the game in order to move or walk your character to places. That might actually be a pretty good and easy thing for those who play the game, because it's very easy to control and relatively a fun game to play. It has very gothic-like features of its own, unlike some other type of games, and others may find it unique in its own way.
So, Don't Starve is a survival game in which you're dropped into this random world and you know nothing about it. And the central claim is really in the name. Just survive, like don't starve and don't go insane. So in the upper right-hand corner, you can see your hunger and your health and your sanity, and you want to keep those things as high as you can. Don't Starve actually has a few embedded values. The main one being self-sufficiency and independence, because you were dropped in this world alone. There is no one else that is going to help you. There are multiple creatures and things, but they do not help you unless you kill them. So you have that independency because you have to collect the grass and the twigs, and you have to find flint to make an axe so that you can get wood. So there's independency, and self-sufficiency is in there too for the same reasons, because you need to figure out how to be efficient during your daylight hours, because when night hits, A, you can't see as well, and B, you're afraid of the dark. The dark will take down your sanity and you'll go crazy. So, and then another one that I think is really in there is resiliency, because you have to be resilient. Once your health's taken down, you gotta just bounce back right back in and go collect what you need to get your health back up or your sanity. I would call exploration a value as well, because you have to be willing to wander around this world. You staying in this little bubble of the map that has limited resources isn't going to help you for very long, because the resources will be depleted. And the only way to find more is to wander around this crazy world that you're in. So it creates a sense of adventure, and it reminds you to look for stuff and that it's okay to look around and explore.
Alright guys, that's going to be the end of our analysis of Don't Starve. If you like the sound of this game, go ahead and pick up a copy over on Steam. You won't regret it. Thanks for watching.